This is the WPL C24. It's a cheap and cheerful little trail truck. And we've done a review on it before, and it was literally $30 odd, and it's great value. Now you might remember I dressed this thing up, I painted it, and it's come out pretty nicely. But you also might remember from the review that when we got it onto the rocks, it was really hard to control. So I wanted to make it a bit better on the rocks. Now under here, that gearbox and that motor, they're a combination you can buy. Now it has a drag brake. The purpose of that one little change, everything else is exactly the same, is to gear it down. So its top speed is now lower, but its control is a lot better. Let's see how it goes on the rocks. Okay, here's the C24 with the upgraded gearbox. Now the very first thing to show you is when I put a bit of throttle in, it doesn't jump forward, it doesn't leap forward. You see that now? Barely any throttle. That's the ESC you can hear, well it's the motor, but the ESC causes this. And it just is controllable. Now this is still not a rock crawler. You're still going to hear grinding and edges getting caught up. But it's a little 1/18 scale, well it's a toy class thing, but it's the closest thing to a model you're going to get for the kind of money it was. Again, I think I paid about $30 for it. It's seriously compelling value. Look at that. Now one other thing I would note here is the steering servo is strong enough, but the arm itself has a strange action on it. I'll show you that in a sec. See how it won't turn left? I'm trying to turn it left right now. Now they've made this arm here. They've brought it down from the servo arm, and it looks like it should work fine. And it works great going that way. But when you try and go this way, especially if you prevent it from doing so, see how the servo can still move? That means this is still way too high up. It should force the wheels to go over or stop the servo. It shouldn't just be able to move in spite of it. See, when we go this way, it either jams or it goes. So what we need to do is pick this servo arm up and bring it around that way a little bit so it sits like that at rest, and we need a longer arm. I could also move this further down. I've got it further up the arm because the servo's throw exceeds where the wheels can go, but you really want to get these two bars as parallel as possible, then you won't have this problem. I'll get back to you on that. So even with the steering that needs to be optimized yet, just that one little change of the gearbox and the motor has made a humongous difference. This thing is way more drivable now. It was already okay on the trails, but now this thing can actually handle some rocks as well. The lower gearing means that the ESC doesn't need to work so hard electrically for any kind of drag brake, which it didn't have before, but it still holds itself now even on a steep hill. Check the description for a link to this one little gearbox and motor change that will transform this rig into not just being a toy trail rig, but now actually something of a rock crawler. It's still not a crawler, but it's less of a toy and more of a hobby truck with that one change. Links in the description. Leave me a like if this was useful, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. This is the WPL C24. It's a